dollars being used on diversity preferred programs in Illinois, but is it actually resulting in any movement towards having more diversified economic outcomes? Well, that's a question that is being delved into by the investigative team at the Center Square. I'm Greg Bishop, editor of Illinois at thecentersquare.com. You can wake up and get headlines in your inbox. Just go to the website, get the newsletter, but you can also wake up with us here for Illinois in Focus Daily each and every weekday morning. And not too long ago, we talked with Jared Strong, one of the members of the investigative team with the Center Square, about his ongoing deep dive into getting FOIA documents and talking with business owners across the state that are impacted by these types of things, and what it means when tax dollars are being used for diversity type of programs. So Jared, thanks for taking time with us this morning. People can find your story published before the new year. White business owners our biggest share of Illinois' diversity preferred contract group. Jared, from everything that I've been watching and looking at over the years of this ongoing conversation, that seems to be kind of antithetical to what some of the actual purposes were for having these types of programs in place. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I mean, the preference for this group is businesses that are owned by minorities, women, and people who are disabled. So historically, it was Black business owners who have comprised the largest racial group of those folks, and now it's white people, it's white women. So the issue that we have is that Illinois state lawmakers created about 4 years ago, and also devoted $7 million a year to this cause, this commission that is supposed to help the state meet a goal of spending at least 30% of its contract dollars with those groups that I mentioned before, with those businesses that I mentioned before. So one of the commission's first initiatives was to install a new computer system to register those businesses and to help them get state contracts. It was supposed to streamline the process, but instead it's led to this calamitous drop. The number of businesses who have been certified for diversity preference by the state of Illinois has dropped from a high of about 5,400 to 2,800 as of December, and it's just been this massive decline that's tapered some, but it's still happening. That's happened over the past year and a half since this new computer system was installed.
Jared, that's a long time for a computer system to be in place without really showing too many results. If I had a program myself that I was trying to work with and it wasn't giving me these types of results in pretty short order, don't you think that there should be some, I don't know, I would probably contact the manufacturer and be like, hey guys, this is just not working out. Can I get a refund or something along those lines? Has there been any recognition from what you've been able to gather in your investigation as to what the response has been to these kind of abysmal numbers?
Well, the commission and its staff will not talk to me. I've made, I don't know how many requests for interviews and comment by email, in the past several months, and they will not say anything publicly about it. They don't really talk about it in meetings. I mean, they acknowledge that this problem has existed for a very long time, and that they have been kind of banging their heads against the wall trying to get it to work right. I mean, the issue is that the new computer system doesn't talk with existing computer systems at other state agencies that do these certifications. And since most of the state certifications were the result of these businesses being certified by other agencies, that's what's led to this huge drop. So the commission is basically indicating that they're going to keep trudging forward with this new system. They've got a plan to call all of the businesses that were previously certified and are no longer certified, sort of this manual outreach to everyone to try to boost those numbers again. But no, they have not said that they would, perhaps drop the new provider, even though, when they sent out requests for proposals to businesses for a new system, being able, having your system be able to talk to the other systems was a requirement of that contract process. And so, I mean, I'm not a legal expert, but it appears that they could probably effectively just terminate their contract with this provider if they wanted to.
We're talking with Jared Strong, part of the investigative team at the Center Square, and they obviously are looking at this issue here in Illinois. Where else have you seen this as a problem in other states across the country?
Well, there are other initiatives like the one in Illinois. I mean, for a long time, Illinois had a goal of getting 20% of the state's contract money to these businesses. When they created the commission, they upped it to 30%. There are a number of other states that have similar goals, but they haven't gone to the extent of, really upping how much money they're spending each year to try to make it happen. Illinois has had a council that has overseen these efforts for a very long time. And yet, lawmakers still, like I said 4 years ago, created this new commission, a 7-person commission. Each person's appointed by the governor. They're highly paid. They're each making about $150,000 a year. And it's not really stipulated in the statute that this has to be their full-time job. They can hold other jobs based on my reading of the law. And that's what makes Illinois stand out. They've spent this money, the $7 million a year. They're paying almost $1 million or about $1 million a year just for these commissioners who have a staff of 30 people. And instead of seeing progress, they've seen this tremendous backslide away from the goals that they're trying to reach.
Jared, it's pretty incredible stuff. Obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on this as you develop more and request more information from these state agencies. Not to ask you to reveal all your trade secrets, but what else you working on out there? Not just in Illinois, but across the country.
We are making constantly tons of records requests. I mean, just related to the commission that we've been talking about. I'm starting to receive a trickle of emails that should reveal some of the behind the scenes talk about, the computer problems that we have. But, fraud in Minnesota is a really big deal right now. I think everybody is very familiar with it. This has become sort of an all hands issue for our news organizations. So everybody is doing their part. It's not any one person's 100% focus. But we're trying to look into the situation there to uncover more fraud and help expose all the issues that are going on in the state, which appear to be voluminous right now.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable, especially as the White House continues its focus on not just Minnesota, but he said even California and New York and here in Illinois. And just to share with you, I do have a pending FOIA request from the Department of Human Services in the state of Illinois for any of the past fraud findings that they may have had with the child care system here in the state of Illinois. So I might have to tag you in that and have you pour through all of this trickle of documents, as you say, because Jared, if you could just also share this is a long process. Investigative reporting by using public records laws to force these taxpayer-funded employees to turn over their public information. It can take a long, long time.
Yes, it can take a long time. It can be expensive. I mean, there's numerous ways that public officials can throw up roadblocks to getting records. And, like in the case of the commission that we've been discussing, I have to turn to the records because they won't actually talk to me. So in a lot of cases, these records requests are so vitally important to our work because we're not going to get the information anywhere else. So yes, it can. State statutes don't often say you must, hand out this requested information within 10 days. It can take months. I'm getting, information now that I requested, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So it's a waiting game, and it's on us to be persistent, to make sure we're getting the information no matter how long it takes or how much we have to fight for it, because otherwise it's too easy to let things slip through the cracks and not expose what's going on.
No question. Jared, greatly appreciate it. We'll definitely be talking again in the near future on this and plenty of other issues. All right.
Have a great Monday, Greg. Thanks.
You too. It is Illinois in Focus Daily, each and every weekday morning here with you as you can wake up and get the headlines in your inbox. And also, get the podcast where you get podcasts and get the info where you need to get it with social media. It's right here with the Center Square. So wake up with us each and every weekday morning with thecentersquare.com.